What up, guys? Trey, Max Out Garage. We're with Zach today.
What's up?
You guys know him. 2 years almost, long time no see. Today, like I said, me and Zach don't have our fancy garage anymore, so we're in his garage today.
It's pretty big. It's like a 3-car.
There's the old Beamski.
Yeah, it's just pretty flat. Where should I start with this whole unit?
It's been a hell of a year for you.
Yeah.
So this isn't even the original unit that they saw.
No, this is a rebirth version.
Yeah, and what's the last event you did? Why is your car so fucking beat up right now? Well, the last two events really is what beat it up.
Okay, basically I have a missile car, so, you know, there's that.
So basically, if you go to Smash a Lantern at Erie, this is what all the cars look like.
Yeah,
But
actually, but worse.
They're even worse, yeah.
This happened. You know, it's a little smushed. It ain't like too bad. There's not like, you know, it's pretty fucked. So
This got totaled right here too for me.
basically, yeah, that was from Trey. Like, pretty much wrote my car off from a single VSK.
Our first lap out.
Trey loves to do this thing where like I'm transitioning and he just crashes into my car.
Listen, so we got the Halloween bash and we're like first laps out right off the trailer. We're fucking running doors.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea. So like my car is a turd, 100 horsepower shitbox because it's stock. Yeah, he's at the end. He's about to transition. And I randomly just get right next to him on his door. And as he transitioned, he literally just smacked me off the track. So,
But we also have to mention the fact that this has happened probably 3 to 4 times.
lots of times, yeah.
Yeah, this back corner of my car, actually both sides of my car, have been very abused. Like, you even broke fuel lines.
I did break fuel lines, yes.
So Halloween Jam, you know, just doing some skids with the boys. And I'm like, setting my fucking tire pressure super low because I have an FD car. So, and I got these old fucking stretchy boys up there. No, not these. These
Johnnies.
Them Johnnies.
Back there.
So I like aired my tires down to like a whopping 20 psi. I know that's like super low, right? And you know, I'm just drifting and I hit the little bump at Killcare, and next thing I know, my car feels like it's on like ice skates. Like literally, the car picked up speed up a bank. Anyways, then I ended up in the wall, and it smashed this side in and shattered the back glass out. It was actually much worse. I kind of straightened it up a lot. And then it actually got the front end this time too, but it didn't actually damage the front end. It just broke the lower control arm. And didn't even do anything to my wheel or anything.
Which he re-welded the control arm at the track.
Yeah, well, actually it did get the fender right there and right here, but it didn't do anything to the car. Actually, luckily we had, you know, a really good friend like Kyle that drove me, literally just showed up to the track, and like I was like, hey, can I like, go weld my control arm? And he literally takes me with his car all the way to his shop that's like 20 minutes away, lets me weld it, use his welder, his gas, everything, drives me back to the shop or to the track, and like I didn't talk to him for the rest of the day. Like that's, you know, it was really nice of him. I did say thank you a lot of times, but yeah, welded it up and drove the rest of the event because that's all I care about is driving. I mean, it's just a car. I'll just buy another one if it ever came to it. But so then I straightened it all out. Well, straightened it all out the best I could. Strapped 4 tires to the back of it. Drove this bitch 4.5 hours to Indiana and drove S&P, where I
Like a week after he totaled it.
like a week after, same week, and the car actually looked a lot better before that event, believe it or not. Like it had a nice front bumper and it had side skirts on it, and then we drove S&P and basically I didn't crash into Adam, but I was like, he like checked up on the first corner and I just like kind of pushed his car through the corner. It ripped the whole side of my car off into the dirt, and there was 4 cars behind us. So basically my kit doesn't exist anymore. It got glitter bombed by like 4 cars, and it dented my door, and I drove it home, and this is where it's at since. Also, another thing, I found out at S&P that my wheel is max towing out under while it's drifting, and then towing back in and towing back out because the trailing arm bushings are toast, and it's been that way all year, so I gotta fix that. But
So, like we've said multiple times, that wasn't the first time he's rode off a car. Let's talk about the first time he rode off a
the
car.
first time, purely my fault.
The first car is the car that you guys saw us painting yellow.
Yes, the first couple videos on the channel. So, the first car I rode off because me and Trey we were getting horny and we were cooking. Like, we were, like, watching that video, how fast we were going towards the wall. That should have never been a thing. But I remember watching the first video, and I was, like, super close to the wall. And then the second video is where I totaled my car, and I literally was, like, when you come down the first bank, when you're going fast towards the wall, I, like, barely even manjied. I, like, did one of these and, like, carried so much speed, it, like, put me into the marbles, and I just totaled my car. That was 100% my fault. I was horny, man. I don't know what it was. That was back when, like, getting close to the wall, I was like, this is sick. It's not sick anymore. But wrote that car off, and then I was, like, really depressed, and then they talked me into straightening it out. Drove the rest of the event in that car as well. Like, I've not missed out on any seat time, and I've totaled 2 cars this year. So
Yeah, he just ratchet straps the rears,
yeah,
put some good old tape around the windows, and calls her a day.
I'm not proud of it, but it happens, you know? It's something that
He is proud though. He got an award.
I got most crashed for it. I'm kind of butthurt about that, but
Right? And then you rechassis it
in 5 days, yeah.
in 5 days, and then you come back out here today and you're like, fuck this chassis, I'm over it. They defeated a tire. Blame it on the tire, right? So here you go, man. Give it up. Guys, Zach Smith.
Two times in 1 year. It's not even that bad.
That's not even that bad. I don't know. It is what it is. But we crashed it, and then we had an event like a month later, and I was like, oh, I was gonna fix it, and I was not gonna fix it, and then I was gonna buy a new car and drive it, and then I was gonna not buy a new car. Well, 5 days before the event, me and Trey are like, let's go get this car from where'd we go?
It was like 2 hours.
Michigan, wasn't it?
No, I think it was near Michigan. It was like 2 hours away.
It was far. Anyways, took the old Maggie cab out, picked up this car that was crashed in the front end.
This car.
Yeah, this car, yeah. Crashed in the front end, had no engine, no transmission or anything, and it was pretty rough.
Wasn't automatic.
Wasn't automatic, yeah, but it had black interior, like everything was complete, and my other car was not.
Does this one not work?
Does not. But it's a full interior, black leather car, and I like my interiors because I like a complete car. So we got it, brought it back here, and completely reshelled it in 5 days. That's including pulling the subframes out, pulling literally everything out, 5-speed swapping it, the pedal assemblies, ECUs, literally everything.
Doors, fenders, hood, over fenders. Yeah, literally everything.
Pretty much everything.
The roof was black. We left it black for a while. And the trunk. The trunk was black.
Yeah, the car was two-tone for a little bit. And then once I finally wrapped it all one color, I crashed it again. So.
Yep.
But we drove it that weekend, and I honestly really didn't have any issues other than like a leaking fuel line, I think is what I had. Oh, I started breaking a lot of axles. That was.
Oh yeah, that was your issue then.
But then I put.
Because he was a big FD guy, air down the tire guy.
No, it wasn't even that. It was apparent. I was totally against axle spacers. I was like, everyone that thinks axle spacers fixes the issues is retarded.
And you thought it was too tight at first.
To get one in. Yeah. That's the reason why I was like, you guys are dumb that keeps telling me to do this. And then I put them in, and guess what? We stopped breaking axles. I did break one at S&P, but I don't think that really counts. I was like doing third gear entries backwards, trying to clutch it, and yeah. So then there's this car.
Plans for this car now, because I don't think you're reselling it, right?
I was going to be like one of those big IG clout guys and be like, my build's a secret. I don't want anyone to know. Like 2023, I'm plastic with my wheels. Like shit's gonna be crazy. I'm changing the game. But I've said this before with the last car, and then immediately changed my mind once I started cutting it apart. But the plan is, and I hate to say it because I fucking hate how everyone just fiberglasses the rear of these things, but you really don't have any other options once you total them. And I don't feel like reshelling another car. So we're gonna cut from here off. And we're going to do the Big Duck Club fiberglass rears, but their overs are, like, hideous. The fucking big-ass, like,
the arch.
Kid pool.
The wannabe wide body.
Yeah, that's got to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that arch out of it, and then I'm just going to put overs over top of them so that it looks normal and it doesn't look like a FD car. And then may potentially still run a metal trunk, may put a fiberglass one on it. We'll see. It's not going to be, like, super fancy tube rear. It's going to be like literally.
Can you see the frame rails on this one?
You can see this one. She's a little bent. Not nearly as bad as the other car, but anyone that knows E36s, like if you just get on a forum and just type in the word crash, this happens a lot with E36s because the factory crash bar, which had I have known this, I would have just put a bash bar on it, but the crash bar, like when these get hit from the side, it pulls the frame rails over and it just like twists everything. Had I had a bash bar on this car, probably, because the hits like in reality weren't that bad. Like Adam's car hit the wall pretty hard and it's like fine. So
You were
first-
you were cooking. The first one you were
First
super
one-
cooking. I think the second one you were cooking pretty good too.
it's not bad.
It was pretty bad.
So yeah, it's gonna get tuned, but it's gonna be like very basic. I'm not doing anything fancy. I don't have the time or anything to do anything fancy. Maybe later down the line. But fiberglass rear, I'd like to get different overs, not like super high on the priority list. Rebuilding my wheels to put giant lips on them so that I can put like beer cans in there for storage.
For extra clout.
Yeah, mostly for clout. That's really all it's about.
Because everybody that says that rep wheels go on dedicated drift cars, you're just stupid.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing the debate on that.
That's literally terrible.
My freaking okay.
It's a dedicated drift car, bro. Dude, look at the fitment on this thing. He literally rubbed away the fender because that fucker's so low.
and guess what? It's getting lowered more because I'm gonna have KVD kit on this bitch. So I'm not kidding. I'm lowering the car more. I'm gonna try to get it lower in the rear. I don't know if I can. I might have to get extreme lows.
He wants to get it lower in the rear.
I would like for it to tuck wheel like static, like just sitting there. But I don't know. We'll see. Other than like getting a new kit and cutting the back of the car off and putting fiberglass on it and rebuilding my wheels, I really don't have a lot of plans other than I do plan on doing a super gangster livery if the timing's right. It may end up happening like mid-season. I don't really know. I should probably get a windshield. I have yet to have like a nice windshield ever.
What are you gonna do for the back window? Since you put glass all over all the tracks every
I
time.
don't put glass in it, but it's up for debate. I might put Lexan in. Everyone keeps saying put Lexan in it, but I don't know. I feel like it's too race car for me. But then every time I blow the window out, I'm like, this sucks. So it's not even really like it sucks for me. It sucks for the people that have to clean it up off the track. But the goal is to not crash my car in 2023. We'll put that on the record. It's terrible.
It's the glare. Oh wait, you can see it now.
That's from hitting like, I don't know what I hit, but I hit a giant piece of concrete in the road on the way back from S&P.
And that's why you put reps on your dedicated drift car.
Yeah, I don't get the whole reps on dedicated drift car thing because like I just run my real wheels into stuff.
Same.
I mean, it's just a 3-piece wheel. I just rebuild it.
See, my wheels are like welded 2-piece. They're a pain to find and they're a pain to rebuild. And my wheels are literally trash because Adam, I hit his wheel and it fucked up the lip pretty good. So it just be like that sometimes though. What's your favorite motto?
Crash it, buy a new one.
Yep. Crash it, buy a new one.
It's funny. It's more of like a meme. Like, I don't want people to think we genuinely want to crash our shit, but like, it just happens, man. Okay, here's my theory, okay? Some people would just say, just run the low line, like, but that sounds boring. I'm gonna run the man line every time, and if I happen to accidentally hit the wall, then I hit the wall. Like, I'm not gonna be the guy that you're sitting in the stands and you're like waiting for the car to come up to the wall, and he just like takes the midline. You're like, imagine being like a 6-year-old kid. You're sitting there, you're just like getting amped up. You see all these cars coming, and then you run the midline, and you don't even get close to the wall, and the kid's just sitting there like all sad. But then you got me, I'll crash in the wall for the 6-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta keep drifting exciting. If it wasn't for us, you know, people gotta crash. Okay?
So this kid at Halloween Bash, they were sitting there with the noodles banging on the walls, and I was just minding my business, and I ended up like accidentally hitting the wall and busting my taillight out. After that, the kids come to me, we were trying to get everybody to hit the wall. Nobody did. You're a savage. And I'm sitting here like, thanks, but like, I just didn't mean to do that. Like,
Yeah.
it just happens.
People think you aim for it. I'm like, I don't aim for the wall. If the line takes me there, it takes me there. Like,
I've literally put like 4 sets of taillights in my car this year. Them fuckers ain't cheap. Like, I don't like doing that. It's terrible.
yeah, I probably got like 5 or 6 videos that night of just my car hitting the wall.
Yeah, like, there's videos of me following him at Erie, and he's just hitting the wall.
Dude, that one video you put in the video previous to this where you can hear my car just go against the wall. That's what happens. Like, when I hit this time, I mean, granted, I blew a tire, but Adam hit the wall pretty good in front of me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember because he felt bad because he thought that he led
thought
you
he
into the
led me
wall.
into the wall. I'm like, I don't know if you could really lead. I wasn't on his door enough to be led into the wall, but I wish I could have used that excuse. Instead, I get to just say, yeah, I get to be that guy that's like, yeah, you beat a tire, that's why I crashed.
But you can see it in the video.
You can see it in the video. It literally, I mean, it's not
Because at first, when he was telling everybody that, he was like, it definitely DB'd a tire. Everybody's like, shut up, bro.
Yeah, everyone's just like, yeah, you just suck at driving. Like,
Yeah, because like that was like
it is an ego hit. It does hurt the ego a little bit, especially after you crash 2 cars. Like that doesn't look too.
But you come back because you keep driving the same event.
My reputation's getting lower and lower to let other people letting me drive their cars. Like Trey was real brave letting me drive the Miata, but like now it's even worse because I crashed 2 cars.
If you totaled my car, I wouldn't really be that mad.
I mean, same. My car's already been totaled twice, but I mean, what's the third gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
But now the back of the car is gonna be. The nice thing is about going to fiberglass is I can back this thing in as many walls as I want. I just get the old fiberglass repair kit out, which I'm good at.
So what's the setup with this thing now?
It's pretty like basic. The nice thing about E36 is you can kind of do everything homemade, but the lowers I cut and extended 2.5 inches. It has knuckle adapters, E90 outer tie rod or inner tie rods, factory E36 outer. It's still on Racelands. Listen, the original car came on Racelands, and I've just been drifting on them. I'm gonna get BCs.
In his defense, Chelsea did say this car drives really great.
Chelsea, okay, that is something I gotta flex a little.
Chelsea DeNofa.
Chelsea drove my car, and he asked he was like, he did a lap in it, and he was like, "Hey, go tighten the suspension a couple clicks in the rear," and I'm like, "Yeah, about that." I'm like, "My car doesn't have adjustable coilovers on it; it's got eBay coilovers on it." He was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "This thing drives really good for having eBay parts on it." I'm like, "Yeah." I watched all of his videos on how to set up the alignments. That could be part of the reason why, but he said it drove really good. So fuck you if you think my Racelands are cheap. But I am gonna get BC Extreme Lows just because and this is kind of clout. This is where the clout comes in. I hate the way my car looks in pictures because you can see it like body roll, and that's the only reason why I want to buy a BC Extreme Lows. Setup. And so yeah, it has that for steering and angle in the front. Oh, and it has SLR adjustable lollipops, so I can get all the max caster. And then it has adjustable rear camber arm, get even tire wear. It doesn't have anything tow related, which after this year I'm discovering all my tow problems because I'll get gapped by Trey's car randomly sometimes, and then like my car will randomly drive like a super wide line, which it needs these guys. I've had them all ever since I put the car together, and I never put them in. These are poly trailing arm bracket or bushings, and then I'm gonna get the tow correcting brackets so that I can because when you lower these cars, you can't get the tow in. Straight pipe exhaust, RK tune, port and polished M52 head.
Yeah, how many motors you put in this thing?
Dude, I'm known for fucking up. Okay, so long story short, I money shifted 2 engines. Within a time span of like 2 months. Ended up finding out that my shifter was loose, and so like I would go to shift to a gear and the whole shifter would move, so like it would throw like it was going to like 5th, for example, and it would go in like 1st. So basically I blew up 2 engines doing that. Yeah, really dumb, I know, I'm an idiot, but it's fixed now. We're good. We'll never have that issue.
And then the transmission. How'd you get that transmission?
Oh yeah, so I don't know if I want to put this on the internet. We'll just briefly talk about it. So I broke like 4 jet drags, I think, 3 or 4, and they were always all on the street. I've only broken 1 transmission at the track, and it's always dumb stuff like a clutch kick around, like fucking 4th of July. We were driving to fireworks, and I clutch kick around the corner, transmission explodes. I don't know. So I put like 3 jet drags in it, and my broke ass probably would have just kept putting jet drags in it. But at Street League, when Trey let me drive his car,
Because he blew a transmission?
because I blew a transmission, I was like scrambling because I was going to put a transmission in the car. We went to go buy a transmission. I sent my brother and my stepdad to get a transmission. They're like buying it, and the guy told me like $250, and he was like, "Are you sure it's not a ZF because you need a jet drag?" And I'm like, "Looks like a jet drag to me." I didn't know the difference. My friend Corey comes over and he's like, "You know that's a ZF, right? That you're buying." And I'm like, "Well, they already bought it." So, but I was like sad for a second because I'm like, "Damn, I'm not gonna drive today." But I'm like really happy because I just bought a ZF for $250, and they're like $1,000 now, depending on who you buy it from. So yeah, I got a ZF now. Basically, if everything goes good, my car shouldn't break next year that much.
Mm-hmm. What kind of axle spacers?
Oh, Seems Legit Garage axle spacers, worth the money apparently because I haven't broken anything.
Except for at S&P.
I did break an axle at S&P, but that could be related to the toe in and out stuff because if the wheel's moving out, it messes with the axle spacers and stuff for axle engagement. It's got a 6 sub in the back that works every time. Even after I crash my car, it still works.
eBay Hydro.
eBay Hydro because I wanted to have a locking hydro. I put a Wheelwood Master in it, but that is another thing I'm getting rid of this year because I hate how close it is to the steering wheel, and it's super floppy and shitty. So I'm gonna get like a nice actual hydro.
Hey, I'd get the villains ones. I like mine.
Yeah, or I was watching Rad Dan's video, or Chelsea Denosa's shop tour for Rad Dan, and he made a hydro that they used a pistol grip to make so it forms to your hand. It's pretty sick. I might buy it. I don't know.
Don't buy Chase Bays.
Yeah, won't be doing that.
Mine snapped in half.
Yeah. This is my first ever drift car, and like we've only been drifting for a short amount of time, so like some people might be like, oh my god, an NRG seat, that's cheap. Listen, eventually this thing's gonna have all the baller stuff, but like it takes time, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking ball out and spend $1,000 on a seat. I feel like everyone's goal is to eventually make their cars more baller, but
Everybody thinks this car is super baller because it looks really good, but it's actually really cheaply built. The most expensive thing is your wheels, literally.
it's expensive where you can see. Everything else is not. But
Yeah.
it drives fine though. It's not like the car's like a piece of shit driving wise. It drives good.
Yeah, like you said, Chelsea Denofa is approved.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say for the clout?
Handbrake entries are just not an option. If you do handbrake entries, you should probably just quit drifting. What's really controversial to say? Oh, crashing. Okay, I'm on the border about that though, because I feel like you should...
I'm trying to put door marks on your shit next year.
No, I'm totally for door marks, but I'm not for like, let your car become a total pile of dog shit and not fixing it.
Yeah.
Like, if you can fix it, you should fix it. I understand if like, your fucking frame rail gets kinked in half and like, you can kind of see it and you can't fix it till the end of the season. All right, cool. And the way you're crashing. If you're driving straight into the side of your freaking homie's car and you're getting door marks, that ain't it. But if you're like matched angle, you know, tapping tires, you happen to put a dent in the car, that's cool. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying that's what I find cool versus like you like straightening up and trying to crash into your friend and like you just look like a doofus.
Anything else for the clout? What about wide bodies?
Throw them all in the trash. I feel like everybody can agree on that, though. I feel like that's not a controversial.
Nah, dude. People are pretty upset on my Facebook status about it.
Oh, wide bodies?
Yes.
I feel like everyone can agree. That
No,
wide
bro.
bodies-
I love my bolt-on flares. Ah.
Flares in general. I don't care if it's on a fucking pickup truck. Throw the bitches in the trash. My fucking XJ came with flares on. That's the first mod I did. I took them bitches off and lit them on fire. We need to do like a sit-down video with like me, you, Adam, Robert, and Liam and Brandon if they want to.
Yeah.
Do like just like chit chat. That'd be fun.
If you want to see like a, I wouldn't say it's a podcast.
It's not a if we say podcast, that's too like
That's
people
too-
are like, oh my god, everyone's doing podcasts.
Yeah,
just
no,
a funny video.
just one video, just one
I think
video.
it'd be hilarious.
I think it would be too.
I think it'd be funny
Yeah.
because we're all so different. Like Robert likes LS shit.
Yeah, he likes LS shit.
Liam hates LS stuff. He hates LS stuff.
I hate
Liam
LS
has
stuff.
an SR in his car. Trey hates SRs.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny.
Brandon and Adam, they just have trumpets.
Yeah, they got the fucking trumpets of the gang.
Yeah. Me and Zach, well, and Robert are the only ones with 3-piece wheels, but Robert wants to sell his, so.
Yeah. I will forever probably have 3-piece wheels. It's gonna
100%.
be my staple.
Oh, 100%. You have to. Like, if you're putting reps on your drift car, then you should just.
Well, it's not even
Light it on
I mean,
fire.
you can have real monoblocks, but I will always own a set of 3-piece wheels. I think. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll ever. I might put monoblocks in my car, but I'll still always own 3-piece wheels on something.
You want to close this one out?
Yeah, I guess we'll see in the next one. I don't know what the next video is gonna be.
Who knows? Maybe a sit-down video if we can get
Yeah,
everybody
we
together.
need to. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. We're doing a lot more content this year on everything. That's the goal, at least. We're gonna find someone that can video for us if we can't. A lot of the funny, like you guys miss out on so much funny shit. Like not even just drifting. Like I don't think you realize how retarded we actually are. Like I feel like more people need to know how dumb we are.
Me and Zach, we be selling shirts, so
Yes.
next time we drop shirts, copy one.
We have a website now, so that's going to be something new, and it should be a lot easier for everyone involved because we can just say, here's the website, and then we don't have to look for people's addresses and stuff. It'll be sick.
Yeah, and what we were planning on doing, well, not planning, but we were talking about it, maybe taking some of our shirt money and buying like a legit camera so we don't have to use iPhones.
Yes, that is something that I would like to do because then we could hand a camera to someone and say record it versus
Yeah, because the one main problem I have with recording videos, right now I'm using my phone. I hate doing garage videos because I use my phone and play music on the Bluetooth speaker. So then I'm like, oh my god, I gotta unhook the Bluetooth speaker, pick up my phone, start recording, then rehook up the Bluetooth speaker, then go back to working, and it just takes too much time. Same at drift events. We can't record off 10 different phones like a vlog because then it'll just be way too confusing to edit. We'd have to have one designated phone, which I like my phone in my car because I like to listen to music, so we need to get a camera.
Yeah. but we just keep talking. So we're gonna end, we're gonna end the video here, and we'll see you.
We're gonna
guys on the next one.
we're gonna see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can get everybody together to get like a little random
Sit
video
down,
going.
That'd be funny. For sure, we gotta do that.
Yeah. All right.
Deuces.